welcome back. We're here with EchoDeck. We've got Gabriel, Nick, Andy and Adam. Guys, thanks very much for coming on the show and well done. Nice. You made it through.
Thanks for having us.
There's some great stuff going on there. We were actually there at the video. You did it with Ian Livesey.
I really enjoyed it actually. We weren't sure what to expect, but you know, it was really good day.
Nice grainy sort of video. And a great tune as well, big sort of sound going on.
Yeah, no, it totally caught up with what we were going for, like with the lead tone of the video.
I think like the sound we've got, I think we are quite unique, and I think there's a lot of people out there who like our music, and we're not sort of a typical indie band. You know, you can have a dance, you can have a bit of a rave, and you know, we kind of got together. We've all sort of we kind of sort of got together by accident almost. We've got like my brother who's not here today. Sort of was with Nick in a previous band. I used to live with Adam, and we've all just sort of gelled in. We've got the lovely Gabriel over here, he's our new member of the band. Yeah. So when we got that sort of our live set, we wanted to, you know, a bit more meatiness. We wanted some meat around those bones. So we've got a live drummer in now, and we've got a sort of combination of this sort of the process electric beats that everyone sort of loves, and now we've got a live drummer as well to sort of really complement that. So.
Yeah, no, I totally think like we're coming, like we've got that Manchester sound, but it's something like that's different. You know, it's coming from. You know, like a different place. Like it's not like the usual Manchester bands that you'd see on the scene.
We just want to play gigs. We want people to come and listen to music, and we want them to have a good time. We want them to have a dance, have a laugh, get a bit drunk, and you know that's it. That's the goal for me. To be honest, if we never got signed, if we never made it, as long as us doing live gigs and people are having a good time, then that's everything for me.
That's so important. That's the whole thing.
I think that's one of the good things about like this competition is that like. You know, the prize is, you know, the prize fund that's going to allow us to move our like outfit onto that next stage. Like, you know, we're a band that really comes across like the sound really sounds better on those big stages, and that's going to like, you know, if we win, that's going to allow us to go on and to achieve that, and like for really everyone to hear us how we want to sound.
What about in terms of your gigs? Obviously, half the fun is getting there, isn't it? Yeah. And you've had some pretty raucous tales. I believe you've seen him naked. There's been some raucous stuff in Glasgow, I think Nick was talking about. Yeah. Tell us a bit about that.
We've got around, we've been going around London, we've been all the way up to Glasgow. We're just trying to sort of spread the love with, you know, with our music. But no, we had a great time in Glasgow, great city, some really great people, some really good fans. It was only a little venue that we played, but you know, we fully enjoyed it. Really good sound. Went out to London, we played Dublin Castle in London, and really great venue, quite a famous venue as well, somewhere that I think we've all wanted to play before. Yeah. And yeah, it was ace, it was really good time. More of it with £10,000 if we win, if we vote, you know.
Get Sweden then.
Yeah, to Sweden.
Is that the goal, is you want to get Sweden?
Yeah, we've got to be big in Scandinavia, and if you want to make it today, you've got to be big in Scandinavia.
That's the tip. There you go, that was it from EchoDeck. Guys, thanks for coming in. Let's take a look at the video. It's called Deceit.
Same old mistake.
welcome to this week's edition of Roundtable in front of a live audience in Manchester. With our guests, if you can applaud them along the table, ladies and gentlemen, Guy Garvey's here. And John Robb.
Any particular hot tip you think from the bands? Who do you reckon?
Tonight I'm going down to Jabez Clegg to see Deadbeat Echoes. It's a really fantastic band from the hinterlands between Manchester and Liverpool. It's Warrington, Widnes, St Helens, one of them towns.
Yeah.
They're like a punky version of Oasis, but they've got really good songs, a lot of attitude. They're about 17 or 18. They look really cool, really sharp. In that kind of Oasis look, as cool as you could possibly look in that kind of look, If you want a tip, the Creation film is fantastic. I know it's not looking forwards.
Yeah.
It's a really great rock and roll film.
Yeah.
It's a really good story, really well told, with two amazing interviews from Alan McGee and Bobby Gillespie in there, which end up quite emotional actually, because there's you can't quite tell if it's a fallout or not, but it's quite moving at the end, really. It's a great story. Interesting, Hook told me a great story about he was fifth in line to get the bass player's job in the Rolling Stones. Yeah. But he couldn't play the bass line in satisfaction.
So Doug Wimbush got it.
This is not a true story. Is this a true story?
What do you mean it's not a true story? Have I ever been known
you can't
to
believe
lie?
he didn't get the job, or he got that high up.
How close are you to finishing a new Elbow record is what everyone would want to know.
Very, very close, but you use every minute, so it's sort of the most panicky time, if I'm completely honest with you, Steve.
Right.
Yeah,
in what way? Because it's hard to let go of the record, or just little things that need adjusting? Or?
No, it's just anyone who tells you that they're really confident with the record when it goes out is a liar. You're just sort of worried about how it's going to come across and whether people are going to like it who liked the stuff previously, or So it's very exciting, and in many ways it feels like we're sat on a great secret. But at the same time, it can be pretty nerve-wracking.
Does it get to the point of, does it get to the sleepless night stage?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm compensating for that at the moment by drinking quite heavily.
Guy, did you ever go to that stage where you gave a demo CD or something to like a guy from a record label, and then you had to sit there in his office while
many times.
Really?
Many times. It's hilarious.
And what sort of faces does an A&R man pop listening to your music?
They've all got a different way of dealing with the embarrassment of that situation. This is very common. You sort of arch your fingers into an A shape, put them to your nose and kind of purse your lips, almost like you were trying to get off with a pufferfish.
Closing the eyes.
It's very common. And another one is to walk around the room looking at, almost studying the tiling, and look into the corners anywhere but the band.
Thank God I was on an independent label.
If you're a young, enthusiastic band as well, then you have a talk before they come in. Make sure you tap your foot and nod all the way through the tube. All that stuff.
Yeah, that's so true.
And then they say, I don't hear a single.
Yeah.
I'm with Steve Lamacq, massive pioneer of new music. Steve, thanks for having a chat with us. Who do you think this year is one to watch? Any bands that you're going to see? Any tips?
I'm really looking forward to seeing the Neat from Hull, and I know they've been around for a while, but I think this could be their time. It's really mantra-like pumping punk rock, post-punk, which I think is really good. Honour Before Glory, which features about a guy called Whiskers, who used to be in Forward Russia, his new band, and it's really nicely layered sound. That should be good. And I'm actually, at this moment, missing a band called Brown Brogues, well, actually a duo from Manchester, and that's one of the best demos I've heard in the last couple of weeks, so I think they're playing again tomorrow, so I think that could be a good one.
How many people here are in a band? Put your hand up if you are actually in a band.
You're not in a band.
What we're particularly interested in at the moment is the British UK rock scene. Do you think there is a place for it? Do you think the British press and the music industry, particularly the major labels, support British rock enough, or what are your thoughts?
Well, I think it's really strange. I think obviously with pop music and its ascendancy, and because TV is so important now, and I think that's why pop music has become, part of the sort of, it's the lifeblood of the charts now, isn't it? But every time rock music goes underground, usually that's where something begins to germinate again. And it may not happen in the next 3 months, but certainly I think over the course of the next 18 months, something really good is going to come around. And if the major labels ignore it, or if TV and radio ignore it, well, fine, because they're going to have to come calling sooner or later.
That was Ben with Steve Lamacq and John Robb. More of that after the break.